Sell me on Pilates. Why am I going to come do that?
I mean, it's good for everybody. It's whether you're a bodybuilder, an athlete, you're an older person, anything. It really doesn't even matter. We can modify it as much as like you can't even move at all to all the way to a professional athlete.
How do you maintain that community?
Being there.
Yeah.
Being there. I'm physically there almost every single day. And I talk to every single person that walks into my studio if I can. And I think that's important to people, that the owner is actually there. You know what I mean? And making those connections and seeing how they're doing.
I might go off script.
Don't do that to me. I'm all prepared for these questions.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people. We're here at Talking St. Pete. I'm your host, Ryan Bogdan. Before we get into today's going to be a really good episode, I can tell already. I want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Bogdan Homes. So if you know anyone in the greater Tampa Bay area that's looking to buy, sell, invest, or just needs, some general real estate needs, find our contact information in the description below. We're here to help. Luxury is an experience, not a price point. We're also sponsored by... This episode is brought to you by our incredible sponsor, More Resources Insurance. Are you looking for insurance coverage that's as unique as the Sunshine City itself? Look no further. Moore's Resource Insurance is your trusted partner right here in St. Petersburg. Why choose them? Well, they offer more carriers and more market options than any other agency here in the greater Tampa Bay area. Pretty much, if it has the word insurance in it, they can cover it. Anything from home, auto, boat, yacht, renter's insurance, life insurance, and even workers' compensation. You name it, they got it. They hold a 5-star rating on all the places where you can leave a review online. With over 16 years in the game, they have remained dedicated to delivering exceptional customer service. Get your free quote at DaveMooreInsurance.com. That's DaveMooreInsurance.com. And now on with our beautiful guest. And she's got me laughing already. I can't wait to have, this is going to be a fun one. So I hope you stay through the whole thing. We got Colette Dulangre with Rare Body Studio here in St. Pete. Did I do a good job?
You did good.
All right, good.
Didn't mess it up
That's
yet.
the hardest part. Now we can relax. Sometimes last names really trip me up.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've heard some really cool crazy ones.
We've learned.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations with your success and your studio.
Thank you.
A lot of people know about it. When they heard that I was having you, like everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel so good.
Yeah, it should. It should. So for those who don't know, what is Rare Body Studio?
So we are a Pilates studio. We do reformer Pilates, hot Pilates. We also added cold plunge and sauna, which is pretty awesome. You
got a cold plunge now too?
I do.
You know how I live real close. This can I come use it?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, good.
As long as I can take pictures.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right, good.
I gotta get that content.
Glad we got that figured out. Okay, so Pilates, you mentioned this thing called a reformer. Why don't you just give us a little history of how you got to Rare Body first and opening that? Because this journey started in New York.
It did.
Which I find fascinating because Pilates itself started
in New York.
Okay.
Well,
so,
yes and no.
Yes, and there's a little, I was doing a little bit of digging on the history on that.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
But so New York, it was an already existing studio called Bodies by Pilates. And I was working there for about a year or so. And then the owner moved to Florida, actually. And she offered me to buy the studio from her. So I did. Probably one of the best decisions I made. But about a year after that, if not less, COVID happened.
Oh, no.
And rent, if you know, in New York City is astronomical.
And this was in Manhattan?
Yeah.
So you're in Manhattan and COVID and it was lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown. So I was like, oh, we'll be fine. No big deal. Taught my last class March 12th. And my sister and my mom were like, you got to get back. You got to get out of there. Stop. You got to leave. You have to leave now. And I said, okay, fine. So me and my dog, we went and rented the last car in Manhattan, the minivan. And we drove from New York to Asheville, North Carolina, where my family's at. Stayed there for about 2 weeks. I was like, oh, we'll be here 2 weeks. Have my little suitcase. That was it. Ended up being a month and 2 months and 3 months and 4 months and I didn't know. It was
so how long were you out of the city before you went back?
9 months.
Wow.
But that was in that time period, I made the decision, like, I can't reopen in New York. It just wasn't possible. I didn't know where New York was going to go with the vaccines, requiring vaccines. I just didn't know what was going to happen.
Too many question marks.
I already lost like 80 or 90% of my clientele because they all fled the city anyway. Like, if I'm going to start from scratch, I might as well start in St. Pete.
So why St. Pete?
Well, I had family here in Valrico.
We gotta move this a little
Thank you.
closer. We're getting yelled at.
I have family in Valrico, my cousin, and I was actually dating now my husband. We were doing long distance. He was here. I was in New York.
Mhm.
And I started just looking
How'd you
at
guys
places
meet?
here. Tinder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love a good success
I know.
story.
It started long distance though. We matched here.
Yeah. So
And
you're here
then
visiting.
I was here visiting.
Yep.
We never went on a date. We just kept in touch. I moved to New York City.
That's powerful.
And then about 5 years later, we rekindled and
Oh, so this was like a
yeah.
small seed was planted.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going. Sorry. So that's how I knew about St. Pete.
Yeah. And then I didn't know anything about St. Pete. So it was hard to make a decision on where I needed to be.
Mhm.
I didn't know Tampa or I didn't know where I should be because I was just used to New York, right smack dab in the middle of the city. So I decided it was right off MLK and Central. And that was my first location, about a 1,700 square foot building. And I got a great deal. Because it was during COVID, everybody was just in panic mode during that time.
Yeah. And so that led to, now how'd you come up with the name?
Rare Body?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I'm really passionate about the name. Pilates can be very like, thin, tall, beautiful, all this. I want everybody to feel like everybody can do Pilates. I don't care how big you are, how small you are. It doesn't matter. I want you to come to the studio, be you, be who you are, where you are. And I want you to feel safe.
Mhm.
So be rare, be you.
Okay.
Rare Body.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I want to make a difference in people's lives. And I feel like allowing people to have a safe space to be themselves. That's how I'm going to do it.
So how did you get into Pilates? Like, were you
My mom and I,
and
yes and no, I was a dancer growing up.
Okay.
And then my mom had me doing Pilates here and there in this like really weird, awkward studio in Asheville, North Carolina. And then she's like, you should be a teacher. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's lame. So I became a bartender, server. And then I was like, okay, this is even more lame. And that's when I made the decision to become an instructor.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So now we got Rare Body down here, but you've moved locations recently.
I did. I moved into a 4,000 square foot building down the street, still on MLK. And that was stressful because it's large rent and a huge expense. But I believed in myself. If I can make it in New York, I can make it anywhere. And I have a lot of parking. And that was a huge requirement for me is have parking. This building has parking on both sides, street parking. It was perfect. But I also had to be creative in adding more modalities so that I can maximize the square footage of the building.
Of course. So you mentioned these things called a reformer. Like, this is new in my world.
Yeah.
I've never done Pilates yet. I'll come check it out maybe.
Yeah.
I will. We'll make a fun video out of it. So what's this reformer? Because it kind of looks like a torture thing.
It does look like a torture device. It's a bed, and then it's based on springs. So you can lie down, stand on it, sit on it, whatever it is. But we base a lot of our exercises with resistance. So every single spring has a different tension.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can base on the different spring loads, depending on the exercise and depending on the movement, to target different parts of the body.
And so this is good for people who have maybe joint issues.
All the above. I mean, it's good for athletes.
So why do I want to come?
Yeah,
tell me about sell me on Pilates. Why am I going to come do that?
I mean, it's good for everybody. It's whether you're a bodybuilder, an athlete, you're an older person, anything. It really doesn't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
We can modify it as much as like you can't even move at all to all the way to a professional athlete.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like we can really cater to almost everybody. I feel like Pilates it's easy because you're on an actual machine. You can sit on it. Whereas yoga maybe it's a little bit difficult because you have to be on the floor, and not a lot of people can get on the floor easily, especially if you have knee injuries, back injuries, and so on and so forth. So
help me understand how you grew to be what you are now here in this amazing city, because you are well known. I don't know if you realize, I mean, I know you're in the day-to-day in the trenches, but I'm going to have you at like a 30,000 foot view at the moment that a lot of people know about your studio.
Well, that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I'm doing something right.
You're doing something right. So what are you like? How was the beginning days? I always find that story fascinating just because of the community that's here for small business. But for you coming here from New York, I mean, how many people did you know when you moved here?
Just my fiance and my cousin.
And you took the leap of faith to open a fitness studio.
Yeah.
And now you built a community around it.
I did.
So how did that happen?
So I opened my doors. I did the bare minimum as far as the build out for the building. And I offered free classes for the entire month. I taught every single class all the way from 6 a.m. to about 7 p.m. Just me for about a month. Actually, longer than a month. And then about maybe 6 months into it, then I hired somebody to actually help teach some of the classes. I was teaching a little bit less. But it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of teaching. I started to get burnt out and things like that. But I mean, some of the clients that I had from day one are still with me, which is really nice. So that's my goal, is just to build a big, strong community where it feels like family.
Yeah. So what did you do for advertising? Did you reach out to other business owners? Was it just online?
Yeah.
Like how?
I reached out to small business owners, but I also just promoted. I did flyers, did social media. And then once I brought one person in, I was like, tell your friends. And then they brought more people in. And the people wanted to do that. And I didn't have to offer a lot of like, referral programs or anything like that, because they wanted me to succeed. And that's a blessing in itself, because I didn't have really the funds to be like, oh, if you refer someone, come in for free or whatever those things. Because I started from the bare minimum, from scratch. Yeah.
What's cool about any fitness gym or community, like it really becomes a community, family. Like you got your repeat, and
really
they rely on you.
I know.
For their mental health and their physical health and everything.
Or part-time therapist.
Yeah. I'm sure you now have oodles and oodles of connections.
I do.
And so what? You're now at what? 3-4 years here for 3?
2020. So 3-4. What year is it?
It's 2024.
Yeah, oh my gosh, time flies. Jeez.
Yeah. How cool is that? And so, okay, so you're now building out this community. You're building out different modalities. What's the future for Rare Body?
Well, definitely in the near future, there will be another location. I'm not going to say where.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that, because we are doing really well. And people keep asking, can you open one here? Can you open one here? So I do see growth with multiple locations.
Is it Tampa?
I'm not going to say. It's a surprise.
So where did your business experience come from? I'm always curious about that, because I've spoke with doctors and I'm like, I know the doctor aspect, and then I got into this thing and I'm running a business, and like that's a totally different beast. And like you said, you learned the instruction part, but where did you get this business sense? Is there business people in your family?
Definitely my mom.
Okay.
My mom is an entrepreneur. It's in her blood. She owns Celtic Sea Salt. It's a family business. My grandfather started it, so he was an entrepreneur as well. So I feel like it's just in my blood. And then I just, over the years, watching my mom do it and figure it out on her own with no college degree, not even barely a high school degree. You know what I mean? So just the education she didn't really have, but she did it. And all the questions or concerns I have, I call her. She's my number one. That's always, I mean, to have a good mentor is super important. Huge. Yeah. So you definitely rely a lot of your success on 100%. Yeah. I think that's anyone, right? Yeah. Like in business, like I don't know. You have to have somebody. Yeah. You have to have somebody that's cheering you on in the background and also giving you this like kind of like good advice. That's just not gonna. Yeah, like a just the support, a ground. Exactly. To go back to. Yeah. Yep. All right, well, that's good. So the local community here is obviously a big supporter. How else? I mean, why do you love St. Pete now that you're here? I didn't like it at first. I'm not gonna. Really? Hold on. What didn't you like? I mean, New York City was like, I just adored New York. You know, I mean, just the hustle and bustle of it. I just loved it. The ambition that everybody carried. Here, I was like, everybody's lazy here. What is everybody doing? Even the work ethic, it was just hard to hire. You know what I mean? But I think I just needed to build more roots into St. Pete. And then I started to like one person and then another person, another person. So once my circle started to grow, I started to really love St. Pete. And then now that I'm seeing all this growth in St. Pete, I'm just like, yes. You got here at the right time. Yes, I did. And different than New York. The people, they may be a little, no knock. I mean, it's the sunshine. Everyone's just a little happier. You know what I mean? Like back. We can start at 10. Why do we need to start at 7? Exactly. You know, we're hanging out. But nicer than New York. Do you not think? No. New Yorkers are nicer. Wow. Interesting. I mean, I lived in Philadelphia. So I know like that, to me, that's still a suburb compared to Manhattan. Yeah. But I feel like when you're, I don't know, I'm always interested because when you're surrounded by people all the time, that many people, how can you're kind of in your own world. Right. Where here it's like. Here in New York, I just feel like the community of like, if something's wrong, somebody's going to come and stick up for you and do something about it. Here it just seems a little bit more, let's turn the other way. Oh, that's not. Just from my experience. Yeah. But no, that's, yeah. Okay. That's interesting. But there is something about, I don't know, New York, because being so many people and so big, like St. Pete, you go out, you're going to see someone you know. Oh, yeah. I feel like I know everybody. I go out and everybody's like, oh, Colette. I'm like, Wow. I feel so famous.
In your own city. But yeah, that's a unique thing. It's a good, bad thing.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go out because I don't want to see anybody.
You almost have to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see how that maintains as we continue to grow.
I wonder too.
What do you think St. Pete looks like in 5 years from now?
It's not going to be the same. I mean, we're going to be, first of all, traffic is not going to be that good. We don't have systems in place right now for the traffic.
No, already today, just coming out here,
Exactly.
I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. It's going to be nice. There's going to be a lot more things to do, a lot more places to be, I think. But we got to figure out some sort of system because the parking in general, too, is going to be, that's why parking was so important to me whenever I found my second location.
That's a good point. You know, there's some loose plans of making downtown St. Pete just walkable, no cars.
That would be awesome.
You think?
Oh,
there's controversy around it. I'm not against it.
Just get scooters and, ride around. I don't know. I mean, because we don't have a subway system here. So, we don't have a train. We don't have that like how New York does. And we never will. But that would be so cool.
It'd be different.
Man, I would love that.
It'd be different. I could see it working-ish. We'll see.
I don't think it'll happen.
No, me neither.
I don't think it'll happen. But it would be nice.
it would be different as things continue to develop. It's definitely cool, especially being here and like being a business owner and thinking, okay, there is continuous growth that's happening, and how can you capture that?
Yeah.
Right. Especially do you worry about competition?
I go in waves. Sometimes I do. But then again, I'm like, I've already built such an awesome crew of people in my world that there's going to be some people that are going to leave. But
how do you maintain that community?
Being there.
Yeah.
Being there. I'm physically there almost every single day. And I talk to every single person that walks into my studio if I can. And I think that's important to people, that the owner is actually there. You know what I mean? And making those connections and seeing how they're doing. Do you ever get worried about when you scale and like you have 2 locations, you can't be in 2 places at once? Well, I'm working on cloning myself. Okay. Working on it. Collect the clone. Exactly. We don't know which one you're going to get, but yeah, 2 of them. I don't know. That scares me too. It's different. I think it's just back to like even systems for the city, systems for your business. Yeah, I think just hiring somebody that's going to be somewhat the face for one of the other, but that's going to hold that high quality of like personable feeling when you walk in. Like you're not just another number coming in, but you're an actual human being and a spirit coming in. Yeah, I think it's important to talk about because people love the local feel of talking with the owner, but then they want more, and it's like, well, how? I know I can't do. Yeah, like quality of life is still important. Exactly. Like and I'm learning how to do that. Are you? Yeah. Because I like working 6 to 7. That was me, but that's not me anymore. That's old. That's old. That is not me anymore. I've done so much better over the past now 4 years. I've cut back a lot. Yeah. Which is nice. But I have a good crew. I have a good staff right now that I'm so blessed to have because it was not easy to get them. It was not. You gotta take care of your people. 100%. That's the most important thing. Yeah. Their people first, then their staff. I'm about that. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All the good leaders. Talked with Joe, owner of JCon, and they've been around a long time, and he's always like talks about servant leadership. Yeah. Now you have to be that servant leader and take care of your people. You have to take the loss just so that your people can win. Maintain the culture. Exactly. Is more important than anything. 100%. I'm like a huge Simon Sinek fan. I'm like, I listen to him daily. I love him so much. Yeah, he's so good. He is really good. I learned a lot of my leadership from him. Do you know your why? You don't have to share it here, but do you know it? I know my why. I feel like you do. I know my why. When it comes to like that's when I think of him. That's what I always think of. Yeah. That's how you started. It was start your why. Yeah. Your why is your why. If you haven't read that book, it's really good. You gotta read it. You gotta check it out. It's really, 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 really good. So when you're not at the studio, how do you like to spend your time? I love people, but sometimes I really love my alone time. So I like to be home alone if I can. I like to kayak. I like to ride my bike, especially on Pinellas Trail. It's my favorite. Yeah. Where do you like to go kayaking? Fort DeSoto. I like going to the Shell Key Island. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. So relaxing. Sometimes it's hard. I went to, camping in, is it Shell Key that you can go camping on? Man, that was not easy. We went like against the current the entire time. My arms were bleeding and my fingers were bleeding. It was hard. Yeah. But it was fun. It was worth it. Once you got there, right? I know. Once I got there, I was like, okay, I don't want to do that again. Right. All right. So you're spending time outdoors on the trail. Yeah. If we're going out to eat, it's your birthday. Oh, we're staying in St. Pete. Wild child. I love Wild Child.
Everyone loves Wild
I
Child.
love Wild Child. Oh, and then what is it? Concrete Jungle, that new place.
You like it?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, shout out Stephen Strutt. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
He did a good
place.
job. His
He
concepts are just great.
Anytime everybody's like, where do you want to go? I'm like, Concrete Jungle? Because they're sick of me saying Wild Child.
Are you going there for brunch? Are you going there for dinner? What's the...
I haven't been there for brunch, but I want to try it for brunch. I've had their lunch multiple times. Maybe too many. But I definitely want to try their dinner and I want to try their brunch.
Yeah, no, it's a good spot.
It's
right
I
down
like
the
the
street.
ambiance. It just feels
it's Tulum. He nailed it. He did.
Exactly.
That's the vibe.
Yep.
It's Tulum.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's good. We're actually taking, so I run downtown office and we have an agent leadership council, which is our like top 20%. I'm taking like 20 of our agents there for our next meeting next month.
Oh,
like
that'll
doing a
be
little
fun.
thing. Yeah. Change it up. You know?
I'm taking my cousin there tomorrow, actually.
Nice. Yeah, no,
That's how much I love it.
Yeah, I know it's a good spot. There's so many good spots.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to choose. But I try not to like go to the same place twice so I can try it. But I just,
once you get your...
I know. And then I'm like, well, I want to try the other thing that's on the menu. So, you just got to try it all. Just keep going until you try it all.
Have you been to Plant Love yet?
No. What is
it's
that?
right near you.
Plant Love?
Plant Love. It's vegan ice cream, but you would never know.
Really?
It's so good.
Where is it?
It's on Central.
Okay.
It's right next to Bavaro's.
Oh, I know where Bavaro's is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it out.
It's right near your studio.
I'm surprised I haven't seen
You
it.
could walk there like in a couple of seconds.
Why have I not seen it or
I don't
heard
know.
about it? That's weird.
I'm putting them on the map, right?
All right.
They already know they're popping, but their ice cream's all fresh. It's so good.
Okay. Well, I might have to go there today.
No, yeah. Their flavors are good and it's dairy free.
Really?
Yeah. You would never know.
All right.
If I brought it in and gave it to you, you'd be like...
You should have.
It might be a new thing. Come in with a little pint of ice cream. Yeah, maybe we got to get them to sponsor because I live right near there, so it's dangerous.
And you haven't been to my studio yet.
Like I said, I didn't even know what a reformer was until recently.
But you've heard about me in the studio.
Right. And so now I'm like, oh, now they got these death trap things in there. I need to be careful. Yeah. That's why I had to do this first.
You had to meet me first. I get it. I get it.
I had to put you on the map forever. Not that you're not already, but yeah. How many men are doing Pilates?
Not enough.
Not enough.
We do have a handful that have the memberships. We have one on Unlimited. We have a few.
Why do you think that is? What is it about Pilates that keeps men away?
Well, one guy came in, he was hilarious. He was like, so I was on your website and you don't have any men on your website. I was like, actually, my husband's on there. He goes, I didn't see him. And I'm like, no, he's on there. I promise. And I had to show him. He's like, that didn't count. You need like real men. Because he's like my husband's like an athlete. So he was like, he's like an older guy. And he's like, come on, you need to be like me in there.
Oh, bro, to your point of rare, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So now I'm going to hire him to be in my pictures.
Look, you ask and you shall receive.
Exactly.
And what was the guy's? Joseph Pilates.
Yeah.
That was the guy so it was a dude who started it.
He started at 4 men for wounded soldiers.
So maybe that needs to be out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there. I just think that maybe...
I didn't know it.
Well, Pilates is so new. Not new, but it's new to like everybody because all the celebrities are doing it now. So they're the ones that are helping bringing like awareness to Pilates. So now they're correlating that. But now a lot of athletes are doing it. So all my feed on Instagram is all Pilates.
Well, I
but
guess
a lot
it's
of athletes
like yoga maybe. Not to compare. No, but the sense of like not a lot of men did yoga.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's becoming more...
Yeah, that's true. In the beginning, yoga was like predominantly women. Yeah. And then, so hopefully that works.
If you're saying it's early, I mean, it's been around for a while, but
it's been around for 104
years.
Years. Yeah, exactly. It's been on the map for me, but not for everybody.
Right. So you can bring it. I feel like St. Pete's got a vibe to where you could...
I think so too.
Open-minded people.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to make my studio more like not too feminine looking, more a little bit
from the pictures
more.
I've seen and posts, it doesn't look like it.
My husband's like, your place is really girly. I'm like, no, it's not. I put a little dark colors in there,
So is our music playing? Is it about, okay, so we're jamming.
Oh yeah. We always have music going, which is, not all studios do that. Some more sort of classical studios, no music at all. So you really have to do your research of what kind of studio you want to go to. Don't try one studio and you're going to hate it. You got to try a whole bunch of different ones.
Let's talk about the difference between classical and modern Pilates. There's two different.
There are two different.
Yeah.
I mean, and two different styles. I mean, I was trained in all of them and I like all of them. So I kind of blend it all together. But there's studios that will play just classical or do just classical movements, which is like just what Joseph created. And that is it. They're sticking by the book. They're only doing that. And then there's people that are like, oh, well, let's try this move and let's try this move and kind of making things up. But it still kind of follows through what the Joseph Pilates created was low impact spinal movement and things like that.
And so you blended them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love blending it all together.
So now it's Colette style.
It's Colette style. We can rename it.
Yeah, we should. So modern is going to be, you say, so in a classical studio, there would be no music.
Usually. Yeah. And you just call the studio and just say, hey, what kind of studio is it? Do you guys play music? I have even people call and say, do you play music? And I'll say yes. And they don't want to come here. And then I'll recommend places that do have studio, that they do Pilates without music.
Something about working out with no music is strange to me.
A lot of people say that. I know.
I mean, I can do it because
I think it's because they feel like you can't concentrate. You know, it's all about mind-body connection, and you can't really bring your mind and body connected.
Well, now I can hear my thoughts.
Oh yeah, like
and everyone else breathing. That's really what's going on. There's been a couple times at the gym where the music goes out, and you're like, "What is going on?"
I know.
You and everyone grunting and breathing and doing that. Like now, I'm not in my world.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. But I mean, they're all good. They're all good.
I'm not knocking. I'm just saying for me.
Yeah. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the majority wants music.
Mouth breathing over there.
Or doing the.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
What does that do?
I don't understand.
I don't know.
But a lot of people do that.
I wonder if I do. Do you think they're conscious of it?
No. I've heard some noises during workouts where I'm like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. That's so good. Oh, man. Do you read books?
More Audible. I used to read books a lot in New York.
I feel like that's like a equivalent nowadays.
Yeah.
Because you're still digesting information.
Yeah.
So what do you like to listen to?
Simon Sinek was my big one. Mm-hmm. And I read all of his. And then The Gain and the Gap. Have you read that one?
Yeah.
That one.
I haven't read that yet, but I just was reading 10X is easier than 2X, which is same authors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I read that one.
Dan Sullivan. It's like the newest book that just came out.
I haven't read that
so
one.
good.
Really?
For you being
I love Getting in the Gap, so I probably what is it called?
10X is easier than 2X.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. So good. I'm almost done with it now. I know a lot of other people reading it, and I'm going to have to read it again.
Well, you have to text that to me later because I will add that to my...
Make note.
Yeah, I want to add that to my list.
Yeah. And listening to it for you would be great because in between chapters is like a mini podcast.
Oh, I like that.
So they're kind of like, hey, we just went through this chapter. Like, let's talk about it together of what in different scenarios and this. So
that's really cool.
I think Audible is neat in that way.
I know.
When the authors are doing that because they're providing more than what you just get in a book.
Yeah. I love Matthew McConaughey's book.
Green Lights?
Love his book.
I read it twice.
Oh, I love him. That man.
Something
his
about
life.
Yeah.
I love books like that, like autobiographies. I just love those.
His story is crazy.
I know.
And when you read, like, I started intentionally, I was already journaling before reading that, but journaling even more intentionally because the way he was able to write that book so in detail and I would say colorful and the words that he used and the detail to the stories because he had it documented.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that.
I plan on writing a book one day.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom wants me to write a book too.
You should.
Yeah. What's the name of your book?
I'm not exactly sure yet. But I already have like an outline.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's going to be about obviously like our story, right? But I don't want to share too much right now. I don't blame you. No, but it's going to be good. Yeah. It's going to be really good.
So if you could name your book though, right now, what would the name be?
Man, Colette, that's good. You put me on the spot. I feel like I've had a couple titles, and they're all blanking me right now. I have to go back to my notes. You did. If it comes to me, I have a few titles in mind, but it's probably hard because on any journey, we have an idea of where we're going, but life throws curveballs at us and we end up going in a different direction that's even better than what we originally thought.
Yeah.
So it will have to be, and like putting my marketing cap on, it will have to be catchy.
Yeah.
To get you in.
Yeah. You want to know mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because you can't steal it. Like you can't.
I'm not going to steal your.
It's recorded.
It's recorded.
No, it's mine.
Yeah.
Blunt and unfiltered.
Oh, I would. No, that's good.
That's mine.
Yeah.
I tend to say too much. That's why I was worried I was going to mess up today.
So are you holding back right now?
I'm holding back.
Oh no. I don't like that version.
Well, you know.
I get it.
Yeah. Trying to be professional.
That's what makes podcasts so fun, and we can cut it out. We almost had to do that on the last episode.
Wonder who it was.
They just said one little thing. It was just like a name.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful.
Yeah. But then, because for me, I also forget that people watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't pay attention to that.
It's not just us here.
Right.
It's a lot of other people.
Yeah, welcome. Are we in your living room or in your car right now?
We're probably in the bathroom.
Actually, I would love if you're at this part in the podcast, and if wherever you are, comment, like, where are you listening? I'm curious.
Oh, I want to know too.
Are you in the car? Are you sitting on the toilet?
They're probably sitting on the toilet. That's usually where I listen to my podcast.
So do your feet go numb?
Sometimes.
Say you must be there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good to know. I never tried that one. I might have to.
It's my alone time,
Yeah, I get that. When you're with people all day, would you say you're more extroverted or introverted?
I'm both. I'm definitely both.
But
I like to be introverted.
Okay.
Like, I like my alone time. I like to recluse into my alone time and reset, recharge.
Yeah. So people give you energy or take away?
Ooh, take away.
So you are introverted.
Yeah. I would say take away. Because sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just like, don't talk to me. I just want to be alone. Or when I just get in my car, I'm like, that breath of fresh air.
Yeah. How many of us do that? Just sit in the car.
I'm sure a lot of people.
A lot of people do that. I've caught them.
A lot of people. Yeah.
I see them.
Uh-huh.
They're just sitting in their car. They park and they're there.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have to not be on my phone. I just want to sit and just be.
Oh, so you're just in the car breathing.
Yeah.
Do you do like any type of meditation or breath work or anything like that?
No, I want to. I did a breath work session once and it was the most amazing thing I've ever done. And I want to do it more. I want to get into more meditating, but my brain's just all over the place. I needed somebody to guide me on how to do it.
Can I recommend?
Yeah.
So I use an app called Waking Up.
Uh-huh.
It's by Sam Harris. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's a neuroscientist and he spent time in silent retreat. So he brings the neurochemistry, science, nerdy aspect of what's happening in your brain on that level. And then he's also spent time in silent retreat. So he brings a spiritual monk version to meditation and you blend that together. And it's, I don't know. It's
so it's like a pre-recorded thing on the app and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. 10 minutes. Boom. And he'll take you through a meditation. Okay. And his when you're a beginner, he starts off very easy and like talks to you maybe a little bit more because you're more likely to get lost in thought over and over again. Meditation to me is like probably one of the most useful tools that I found during COVID.
Yeah. A lot of people did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom's like a religious meditator. She does it every morning at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Every morning. She does the Joe Dispenza.
Yeah.
Have you heard of him? We went to that retreat actually.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh man, that was intense. It was really, I don't know if I could say some of the things. It was intense. It was a lot. There was a time
you can say whatever you want.
There was a time where the meditation was like 5 hours long. We started at like 3 in the morning.
Wow.
And it was sucked as I couldn't get there. I had a hard time. There was like probably over 1,000 people in the room. And I would hear people laughing in their meditation or crying or orgasming. And I was like, dang, I want to do that too. Yeah. But I couldn't get there.
What kind of meditation is that?
You have no idea. It was insane.
What the?
It was insane.
Oh, wait. I want to talk about that. But then I also want to talk about how are you going to, what's the title of your book? Blunt and Unfiltered. Blunt and Unfiltered. Mm-hmm. So you're going to put it in the book.
Mm-hmm.
but you won't talk about it now.
Well, no, because I have to warm up to the public.
Okay, so we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. I just wanted to make sure you were aware that you're going to put it out there eventually.
You got to warm everybody up first before.
When you feel like you're there and it doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. When I don't care what, people might think or judge or, well, I don't really care now, but I got to get them to like me first.
Got it. Have you ever done a podcast before?
No.
Okay, so do you drink alcohol?
No.
Okay. Well, not that it would, like, some people, when I know people are going to be like, sometimes we have a little wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Loosens the mood a little bit.
That makes sense. You don't want me on wine.
Then you're really unfiltered.
That's why I don't drink.
Wait, so people were orgasming during meditation?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
No. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But I want to address, you said one thing in there, is that you couldn't get there. Where were you trying to get?
Into that meditation state. Mm-hmm. Like there was a lot of different techniques in the breathing. And then he talked about the chakras and we would breathe up through. And now I can't even hear 7 anymore properly because of him. because he would talk you through it. He goes 7, 7, 7. And I'm like, what is going on? And everybody's orgasming next to me. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I'm definitely not there.
Exactly. Focusing on 7 and crying and I just couldn't. Yeah, I tried. I wanted to. But
So I'm curious. I would love for you to try out that
Yeah, I
Sam,
wanna
because
try
his whole thing is that there's nowhere that you're trying to get. It's all in the observation.
okay. That makes sense. Maybe that's where I'm messing up at.
Yeah.
Because when people experience or tell me about their meditation session, I'm like, how do you get there? Like
But it's all just an appearance in consciousness. And so from his perspective, as long as you are aware to what's happening in consciousness, and you can come back to your anchor, which would be the sound of them orgasming or them crying or your breathing,
Right.
you have your anchor that you come back to. Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
It's
You gotta
really
send
good.
me that too.
I will. It's changed because I remember before him like thinking like, oh, I can't meditate. I can't stop my thoughts.
Right? Same.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, but it's like he explained, and it's like cars going by
Mhm.
are your thoughts. And sometimes we identify with the thought. It's like us hopping in the car and we don't even realize we're in it. And so the act of meditating is being able to pull yourself back out of the car so you can watch it go by.
Wow.
Because just as a thought appeared, it will go.
Go away. Wow.
And it's when we get lost in thought is when we're riding in the car and we don't even know it.
Right. I've never thought of it that way.
Interesting,
Wow.
right?
Joe Dispenza, he says it's like nothingness. Like you need to be in nothingness. Nothing, no one, nowhere, no one, whatever.
Right. Which you could get there by the practice of constantly coming back.
I see.
Because you can't get there if you're in the car.
That's true.
You have to observe. Look
I need to get there.
look for who's looking.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah.
I'll try again. I'll keep trying. All these different modalities, I'll keep trying until I get there.
Psychedelics are the easiest.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So it's a cold plunge. Now that you have that,
Mhm.
are you doing that?
Nope.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But you have before.
I've gotten my legs in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if
Mhm.
I come, will you do it?
Mm. I'll get my legs in.
For 1 minute?
I couldn't even do my legs for 1 minute.
You can do it. We're gonna meditate and then we're gonna get in the cold plunge.
I'll try it, but it's cold.
It's cold, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of benefits, and I preach about it, obviously, because I sell it. But I don't do it.
But you have saunas, yeah?
I do.
Okay, so
yeah.
sauna 1st,
Mhm.
then get in.
I've tried that.
It doesn't work.
No.
And you're from, where are you originally from?
I don't really, all over.
All over.
Yeah.
Okay.
But New York was my previous.
And how long did you live there?
4 years.
It's cold.
Yeah, but I drank a lot of alcohol then. So it kept me warm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be fun. We're definitely coming. I'm coming just for this now because this is going to be good. This is going to be good.
Oh, you're not going to be able to win. I'm not going to be able to get in. It's not going to happen.
You just have to go.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You're like, I've tried.
I cheered other people on to do it all the time.
I will be your biggest supporter.
Oh, one day. Yeah.
How long have you had the cold plunges for?
Not even a year yet.
Oh, that's okay.
I just have one plunge.
One plunge.
Yeah, it's a private room, so you're in a room by yourself, but it's a 3-person sauna, so you can have 3 people in there. You guys take turns getting into the plunge. So that's, and people like it because it is private, whereas a lot of other places.
So let's talk about like how is there a membership? Am I paying every time? How does that work?
All the above. So we have memberships, packages. You can buy drop-ins. I want it to be accessible to anybody. If you travel a lot, buy a package or drop in. If you're like here and you're going to be committed, get a membership. The more you buy, the cheaper it is. Membership members obviously get the cheapest rate because they're in so much.
Was there like Pilates retreats or something?
Yes, and I want to do one so bad. I want to do one. Not me, like go to one. I want to do it myself.
Yeah. What would that look like?
I don't know, but I would want to do it. I mean, I've heard doing it here locally first, then trying and going to like Costa Rica or something like that.
So what would local look like? Wouldn't you just be at the studio?
I know you would think.
Or like you could take them to the park?
I don't know. I have to do my research. Or maybe I should go to one, get that experience first, and then
see how they mess up.
Exactly. So I can
learn
do
from
better.
their mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I
That's
just didn't know.
Yeah.
Is there like a not only like a retreat, but then like all the Pilates, like in different industries, like all the industry leaders get together and talk about where the industry is going.
Yeah, Pilates is like that. We do a lot of like workshops and things like that. A lot of the time it's more so educational things that Pilates does. We go and like, we'll go to Orlando or Vegas. We go different places, and it'll usually be hosted either by Balance Body, which is a training. They also have equipment and they do Pilates training, or Stott or Peak. They'll have like different kinds of trainings and different kind of workshops.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything about Pilates that we didn't cover that you think the public should know about?
Yeah, I would say do your research. If your doctor is recommending you to do Pilates, be sure you are going to the right studio, because there are a lot of studios out there that might have like 14 to 15 reformers or mega reformers, and it's not really true Pilates. It's going to be watered down, whereas you're not going to get a lot of attention from the instructor. So try to go if your doctor is truly recommending Pilates, go to somewhere where they have like a small studio, maybe a private room or a smaller class, because the more people in the class, the less attention you can get from the actual certified instructor.
Right, because you need to practice good form and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And if your doctor wants you to do Pilates, obviously he wants you to do it to rehab or to help with whatever you have going on.
Yeah. What are some rehab things that people are coming in for?
So one of my favorite, I can't actually say favorite, but she is one of my favorite clients. I've been seeing her for about over 2 years. She had a stroke a little bit before I started seeing her. So she couldn't do anything with the left side of her body. And she was, she could barely walk and things like that. And I ended up, helping her. She can walk without a cane. She can actually move her arm more. She's killing it. And we're still in progress of like trying to get her better, but,
but you're seeing improvement.
100%.
That's really cool.
And I see her 3 times a week. So she's consistent. She comes in and she knows she got to put the work in. Everybody can do Pilates. And then when I see everybody.
Did you see a tick in your business come January 1?
Of course. Of course.
Everyone. It's so funny how the industries, because I was just having coffee with Steven Strutt, who owns all the bars downtown. And he's like, this is the worst time of year for me.
Because everybody's trying to save money.
Everyone's doing dry January. Oh, yeah. Everyone's trying to get better, eating healthy. So probably.
It's okay. They'll come back in March.
St. Patty's Day, they'll start slipping. St. Patty's Day, they'll start slipping.
It'll be like Valentine's Day, and then they'll come back. It'll.
Yeah. But like same for like the gym world, right?
Oh, 100%.
What's the fall off? 60 days, 90 days?
I would say 90 days. Yeah, we'll have a fall off, and then we'll get back because people are like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to get that body back because whatever. But yeah. We have a lot of dips.
Yeah.
A lot of dips. But January is my favorite.
I bet for all gym owners.
Right?
I love that. New Year's resolution. Let's go.
Come on, get in here.
I'm doing Pilates 5 days a week.
Yep.
So you mentioned one thing. You talked about how many reformers do you have?
9.
9.
Mm-hmm. 9 reformers. I started with 7.
Is that the sweet spot for you?
I would say 9 is like max.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still like hard to give attention to everybody. But you're not going to go unnoticed with 9. I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then we have a private room so we can, have a specialty with the Cadillac, another torture device looking thing. I
don't even know what's that look like?
You'll have to see it. It's like big, tall, and it looks like swings and maybe using it in the bedroom, but we don't do that.
None of that.
None of that. So that's in the private room with like a ladder barrel and things like that, but you'll have to come by and see it.
I will, because we're going to do the cold plunge.
You will do the cold plunge.
Yes. There's that fear. Well, I can't wait to. We're doing it. You don't know it yet, but we're doing it. Yeah. What do you think St. Pete's missing?
I would say a really cool skating rink.
Like ice or roller?
Roller. The ones here,
Did you grow up roller skating?
No, I don't really like doing it, but. It looks like it'd be fun. There's one in LA that I follow on Instagram. I'm like, man,
like
they
an
look
outdoor?
so cool. No, it's indoor, but like it's just more modernized, I would say. Whereas the skating rinks here are just more retro.
Yeah, well, that's like the vibe.
That's true.
But so you're trying to cater to like a older crowd.
Yeah, maybe 18 and up, 21 and up.
Yeah,
21 and up.
So you need a bar in there.
Yes.
I know you don't drink, but like that gets people going.
I don't drink, but I do drink. It's like touchy subject.
Yeah.
Not touchy. I dabble.
Yeah.
I would say skating rink.
Roller skating rink.
Yeah. What about you?
First I got I haven't had that answer. And my first job, I was a DJ at a roller skating rink.
Really?
I wouldn't be born if it wasn't for that roller skating rink. That's how my parents met.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My first birthday was in a roller skating rink. So I know that. Maybe I should open one here.
You should. Not if I do it first. I might do it first though.
Oh, maybe we partner.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah. Just need a couple $1 million.
We might need to cut this part out.
I know.
We can find the money.
Somebody's going to steal our idea.
If it's a good idea and we I don't really, you can't do that because you plant seeds, I water them and they
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually thinking about it.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I know how one operates. I know, like, that's my first business mentor was the owner who built that skating rink.
Really?
Yes.
That's where
So I know how to.
All right, let's do it. We just need a couple $1 million.
I could find that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I am too.
Okay. What do I think that St. Pete is missing? It's really hard because I've heard everyone's answers. And so now, and some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. I think what's coming to me is like whatever's going to go down the rest of the way of Central. You know what it is, actually? And I can't believe it's Stephen Shaw. If you're listening to this, you should be the one to do it. Maybe we come up with some ideas. I haven't seen it yet. Is a mocktail bar.
No, they have one.
I don't know about it.
I think that I saw it on social media. I think there is one.
Do you know the name?
Nope.
They're not doing good enough.
Yeah, I know.
We got to help them out.
I know. I should
Dom, see if you can Google that quick.
Yeah, I think I've seen it
on
Instagram.
Well, maybe we need another.
Yeah. I think that's a really good idea.
Like, to your point, we're sitting here talking about not drinking.
Right.
But a good place to go hang out.
Yeah, that's true. There's not really. I mean, you could order a mocktail at any bar, though.
Yeah, but maybe you don't want to be around the chaos.
Right, that's true.
I mean, you want to like dedicated mocktails because you go in that and there's two.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I had Eileen, and who was the other lady? I'm so sorry. It's too many people. Eileen and Allie, they use essential oils to make mocktails.
Really?
They should have brought them on. I would have remembered better. But yeah, they were telling me about how they made all these drinks using essential oils.
Huh.
I thought that was interesting.
That's really interesting.
Concept there.
Yeah.
I think it is public transportation. We don't have the infrastructure for it. I don't know what that looks like. The Sunrunner is,
Yeah, I haven't even done it yet.
Yeah, me neither. Luckily, they did start to charge for that.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a great concept. And I see it being even more important as Central and downtown grows to get to the beaches.
I do wish that bookstore would reopen. The one that's downtown.
Yeah.
I've heard that bookstore was really awesome when it was open.
Well, bookstores in general, like,
I know.
they struggled, you know?
I know. That's true.
Yeah,
Audible's now taking over. Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's tough. Maybe, and we're kind of going that way. I don't want to go Tampa vibe, but I do like that 4-2 is here because it's kind of up in the scale to what setting the bar for upscale restaurants.
Yep. The ambiance.
Yeah. We don't have, like, everywhere is just kind of the same.
More chill, laid back.
Yeah. Which I'm cool with. But if you want to go out, like, I'm a single dude. You want to take a girl out to like a nice dinner.
True.
Where are you going?
Tampa. Yeah.
You know?
You don't wear heels in St. Pete. You can, but you always feel overdressed.
Right.
Whereas Tampa, it's like you're fitting in.
That's what makes St. Pete special. So it's like a fine line.
I know. Because we don't want to convert it into like that vibe. We don't. No. Or even the Miami vibe, which I've heard we're turning into Miami. And I'm like, no.
But that's, you know what people think, because 400 Central, do you know that building?
Yeah.
That is going to change the vibe.
Yeah, it is.
It's only halfway up right now. And
I know, I saw it today.
It's only like they got 20 some stories to go.
I know. I can't believe they're going that tall.
46.
It's going to be the tallest one, right?
Tallest residential building on the west coast of Florida.
On the West Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And they're already sold out from what I've heard from a client.
Not quite.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think the penthouse is still available. If you want to buy it, let me know.
I might be interested.
Yeah. Down the whole St. Pete vibe is definitely, being in that world. And I know a lot about the commercial stuff going on because we have a really big commercial department in our office. So just watching all the projects that are happening.
I know.
You just count the cranes.
It's a lot. I know. The one man stopped me one time. We were having coffee and he was just some random guy. He just came and joined. He was like, just to let you know, if you start seeing cranes in the city, that's when you start investing in that business, in that city. I'm like, that's actually that's pretty true.
It's a lot of money being injected here.
A lot.
So, like 400, that's 300 more plus residents. Plus, do you think most people live with somebody? So that's 600 to 700 people.
That's true.
Our house, I can't remember how many units in there, maybe 100 some, so you're looking just downtown within 2 buildings, adding almost 1,000 people.
Yeah, that's a lot. And that's
Right.
a lot of cars too.
It's a lot of
I
cars.
always think my first thing is cars, the traffic, and we just got to really figure. I know that they're required to put a parking lot to help.
Yeah, unless they're a certain size. Because now I've been hearing from some developers that they are building these micro units. I think if they're less than 700 square feet, they don't have to have a parking spot.
What?
Yeah.
That's gonna mess us up, man.
But that fits in with your whole no car thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I am open to it, but I'm also like, if you're gonna do the no car thing, great, that's awesome. But if you're not, get some parking garages and some parking.
However, but if you live downtown and you're living, you kind of don't need a car.
No, you don't. You really don't. I mean, you can get from my studio, which is even not really that far outside of downtown, to the pier in like what, 15, 20 minutes if you walk.
Oh yeah. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And you're still downtown in my eyes. Yeah.
Am I downtown?
You don't consider yourself?
I guess so. I don't know.
When do you get out of downtown in your world?
I would say like First Central and First, they're like, that's just downtown right there. Like that little itty bitty strip.
No. Downtown goes to like, I don't know, 22nd.
Really? No. Because it's not really that walkable up there either. I feel like it's more walkable.
Maybe if you come back to like 11th.
I can see that.
Yeah. You know, wherever I call it the St. Pete butthole. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. See? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
When they put that up, I was like, they did not. They did.
Okay. Someone else called it that. And I was like, yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
It was, I can't even be like, I'm not the originator of that. Yeah. So they're
towards my studio. That's like downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way to the water.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
I wish it would be more walkable. Like meaning like more stores, a little bit more like coffee shops and like small little like
they're coming.
Little eateries, maybe like grab and goes, and little things
That's
like
what
that.
maybe a little grab and go.
I think a grab and go.
We don't have many of that.
We don't.
That's what we're missing.
Yep. I actually know the location that would be really good for that. Right on the corner of Central and First. No, right on the corner of Central and MLK.
Yeah, where would you go to grab and go something? I don't even have a spot.
I do. I already visualize it.
Yeah, but no. What, like right now? That you go?
Oh, that I would go to. No. There isn't one.
No. Like I'm probably stopping at Publix.
Yeah. Something's already made.
Yeah.
You just go grab it and go. New York, they're everywhere.
Right. All right. Yep. Well, there we just identified a few things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll start charging for these ideas later.
I know, right?
Yeah.
True.
If they're still with us, wait. First, where can they find you?
My website.
Yeah.
Rarebody.com or my Instagram, rarebody.
The Instagram's popping.
It is. I'm doing a really good job.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't doing so good.
Are you doing all that?
I'm doing, well, me and my studio manager, she's behind the scenes. She helps me out a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It takes a team.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's Rarebody Studio is the domain, or the tag for that one. I went from like 100 followers to like now I have like over 3,000.
It's fantastic.
I know.
I love that.
I know.
I'm gonna get you some more after this too.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah. If they're still with us watching, one word, maybe two, what should they comment below?
Where are you watching this?
Oh,
I really want to know where they're watching me right now.
So comment toilet, car, bedroom,
shower.
office, shower. You never know.
You don't.
If you're still with us, where are you watching?
Doctor's office. Who knows? Dental chair.
I like it. Colette, this was awesome.
Thank you.
I haven't laughed this much on a podcast in a minute.
Thank you. Well, that makes me feel good.
Yeah,
I like making people laugh.
I knew this was going to be funny when we started. Look forward to connecting and building our skating rink.
Yeah. You're not supposed to say that.
Sorry. Well, I got to start promoting it now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we got to raise money.
That's true.
Thank you so much for watching. Go check out Colette, Rare Body Studio. She's a charm, and I'm going to go get my ass kicked at one of her classes, and she's going to do the cold plunge with me. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, folks. Yo, good job.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah. A little sweaty, but you know.
Yeah, it happens. That's why we get the fan.
Oh, that's why that's good for me. Is it aiding in the right way?